Stop right... Curse you, polar bear! But if I rush in, I'll slip on the ice.
The ice on...
Agent Date, you've got 4 minutes.
A forklift. What? Sortie?
This is Ota's world, right? Your role in this dream is to assist Ota in his fight against the polar bear.
Lousy Ota. Thanks to him, my image as a cool intellectual has been destroyed. All systems green. Synchronization rate, 6%. Now, cargo handling car. Forklift. Sortie!
What happened?
It has reversed in time.
I don't think this ending is acceptable.
Right. An oil drum.
Agent Date, you've got 4 minutes.
The door. The door. I hear the faint sound of waves.
It is.
A plate. The cold has frozen. D.
Yeah, D's don't really do it for me.
There is no end to your desire.
Well, back to work.
There seems to be nothing here. A plate attack. The cold has frozen.
You have less than 2 minutes. Hurry!
An oil, though it... War.
What is this all of a sudden?
A cardboard box would suit...
So war has changed?
Well, yeah,
Sounds peaceful.
but enough of that.
Less than 1 minute. Hurry!
An oil... The fork, the tire. What? Oh!
Ah, Date! 30 seconds!
A machine. Date, our broadcast.
Our broadcast?
What will happen to our hero? Tune in next week to find out.
There is no next week. Damn it.
The ice on the. A fork. What?
This is your role.
Loud. All systems green. Now,
You have 3 minutes,
The door-
Date.
At this size,
Do it 4 times.
2 is enough.
No, 4.
2 is plenty. The ice. This is for Date! This is for Date! This is for Date!
What did the ice do to me?
Those who don't fight won't.
Less than 1 minute! Hurry!
A machine. Iris will be cut in 2 if you turn on. Are you thinking that might. It may only be a dream, but it could severely damage Ota's.
You're right.
Iris. This is an ice cold one.
Just throw it.
Yeah!
No good, huh?
I believe that Ota has to be the hero of this.
Then he needs a little more motivation.
Date, our broad.
What will
There is.
The I. The orthodox method. Huh? Ow. Are you laughing at me?
No, not at all.
Those who don't fight won't survive.
Iris. Iris is all.
Agent Date, you've got 4 minutes.
Tessa's catchphrase.
Yeah, if anything is gonna make her react, it's that.
All right. Ears!
Head said, ped, A said.
No, not you!
This will probably not help wake Iris. Iris. Iris! Hey! Are you okay? Tessa!
Guess she's not waking up.
A machine used. If I kicked it, what if it started moving?
Then we should apologize together.
Don't apologize, that would be bad luck. It is our responsibility, of course, but
That's maybe not the best attitude.
a fork. Please move!
I guess you're not to.
Ugh.
But if...
The ice. A plate at the cold has. A plate at the cold has.
We're out of options! Tessa! If this was another, I would have died already. Next time, you... No!
So he's.
I'm the one who has to.
We have to make Hero of Justice.
You have 3 minutes, Date.
A fork... What? Sortie?
This is Ota's world. Your role in this...
Lousy Ota. Thanks to him, my image is... All systems green. Synchronization rate, 6... Now, cargo handling car. Forklift. Sortie!
Hey, forklift! Fork over that weapon now! I can't stand.
Did he really help Iris like that?
We have no choice but to have Ota do...
You have less than 2 minutes. Hurry!
Ota is still... Don't be scared. Stand up. Don't beg for it. Earn it. Do it and you'll be rewarded.
The ghost inside me whispered. That's right. I can't be scared now. I have to stand up. Now, count up your sins. There! Why?
Sorry that I had to get rough with you, kid.
Seriously, dude?
So sorry, Ota. Date told me to be the bad cop.
I did not.
Temper, temper.
Whatever. Anyway, Ota, I have some things I want to ask you. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Let me get right down to it. Your mother, Mayumi Matsushita, was at the warehouse, wasn't she?
What are you talking about?
Was she there?
Why would she be? That happened at 3 a.m. She was at home asleep.
Then why did we find evidence at the crime scene?
Evidence?
Sure, it might not prove she was there, but it makes it likely. The evidence is...
The Hodoroki man chocolate.
the same one I showed you at the hospital. I found it in the corner of the cold storage warehouse.
So? That doesn't prove anything.
Mayumi's fingerprints were on the package.
What?
You have a bad poker face, Ota. Your reaction tells me Mayumi didn't give this to you and you dropped it on your own.
That information is confirmed. Ota's fingerprints were not found on the package.
Mom isn't the killer!
I didn't say that she was. I'm saying that she was at the scene. And so...
Wait a minute. Why do you think Mayumi isn't the killer, Ota?
Because I was face to face with that polar bear when we fought. I could tell it wasn't my mom even through the costume. And no matter what happened, there's no way that my mom would stab me.
Why are you covering for her?
Covering?
That's why you're lying to me, right?
I'm not.
Are you sure about that? You must have seen direct evidence of Mayumi being at the warehouse, but you're hiding that from us. Or maybe even you're starting to suspect her.
I am not.
Sure.
What are you accusing me of anyway?
The kitchen knife. With Mom, I love you always is
Ota gave me that knife for Mother's Day when he knows how much.
You were stabbed by that very same knife.
How do you know that? The criminal ran away with the knife. No one was supposed to see it.
I knew it.
No, my mom didn't do it.
Then why did you not mention the kitchen knife earlier?
Because I know how it looks. I thought Mom would get accused, and then she would have been brought in here and interrogated. I didn't want to put her through that. And Mom never liked Tessa. So maybe, just maybe, Mom hired someone to kill Tessa, and she gave them that kitchen knife. I don't know. I thought of it that way. Like that would ever happen. I know it sounds crazy, but after I saw that knife, I just lost it. Please, you have to believe me. Mom isn't a serial killer.
Yeah, I agree.
You do?
I do. I don't think it's possible for Mayumi to have kidnapped Dot because... The Matsushida's van was stolen from the parking lot of the Famista while Iris was in the car. That was yesterday, 10:30. 1 minute later at the 812, which was about 100 yards away. She entered the 812 about a minute earlier. This was all caught on security cameras. That means it's impossible that Mayumi could have taken the van. And that means that Mayumi being the polar bear is also next.
Phew.
However, I can't completely clear her.
What?
You said it yourself. She could have hired someone to commit.
But that was...
In any case, I need to hear from Mayumi. I need to hear her explain the chocolate, the knife. I'm gonna head to Matsushita Diner.
What? Hey, well, wait a minute.
Don't worry. I'm not going there to arrest her. I'm going there to clear her of suspicion.
Really?
Yes.
You won't arrest her?
Your mother wouldn't kill anyone. Right, Ota?
Thank you, Date.
Sorry for the late night, Miss Matsushita, but I have some questions I need to ask you. Could you spare some time?
I finally remembered about the warehouse. I did it. I did everything.
I didn't do this last night because I wanted to give you a chance to calm down. How are you, now that you've...
What are you talking about?
I'll be honest. I don't think you're the killer. You're giving us a false confession.
No, it's true. I kidnapped that witch. I took her to the warehouse and...
Put her on the table and pulled her eyeball out?
Yeah,
And the polar bear costume?
I bought it through mail order.
And you were the one wearing it?
Yes, that's right.
Date, the criminal has confessed.
You got to the top of Abyss acting like that?
I heard that she used to be an actress.
Sounds about right.
Well,
You were in the polar bear costume, right? That means you stabbed him.
yes, I stabbed him with the knife I brought from home. I wasn't trying to hurt him. He fought me, and then it just... Because the world needs to see that witch die.
Just a quick question, Mayumi. Do you know anything about online...
I'm not stupid. I might be old.
Could you explain it to me?
Huh?
Step by step.
I can't explain it. It's more like muscle memory. I was able to get it working after... I picked them out of the garbage.
Which garbage?
I don't remember. It's true. My son is under that witch's spell. Merchandise, concerts. She's bleeding him dry. I wanted to snap him out of it. I wanted to save him. Because I just killing her wasn't.
What do you know about the Cyclops killer? We call the criminal we're after the new Cyclops killer.
I know. They killed Shoko Nadami.
That's right. Both corpses were found with their left eye pulled out, same as Iris. This leads us to believe that the crimes were all committed by the... So this person in the polar bear they are the new Cyclops. And you're telling me that person is you? You killed Shoko and Renju?
Yes, I killed them. I am not...
You do know that perjury is a crime, right?
I'm telling you, I killed Shoko. Isn't Renju Okiura the president of that? He's just as responsible. And I'm sure that man. That's why I killed him. Renju's ex-wife, right? I did it to...
But the two divorced 4 years ago.
That doesn't matter. The bonds of matrimony are eternal.
In your opinion, I don't think Renju felt the same way.
You are really I answered your... Well, I don't remember.
What do you mean you don't remember? Do you really think that lie is gonna work?
I have a memory disorder. I don't always remember everything.
But you remember the cold storage warehouse.
There are times I remember. It changes.
Date, Mayumi is not lying about. There are circumstances that might cause, for whatever reason, her memory. This is not uncharacteristic for.
Date, there's no point in she's clearly lying.
You seemed convinced earlier.
I was kidding. I don't think she's the killer.
I am the killer.
Right now, we have to rely on hard evidence. The Odoroki Man chocolate that Mayumi bought was found at the warehouse.
If Mayumi was at the scene before.
She may have seen the criminal's face.
You know what I'm going to say, right? Date, sync with her. Pewter, we're going to sync with Mayumi Matsushita.
Well,
What happened?
the sync machine isn't operating to capacity. Yesterday's sync, well, suffice to say, Ota and Date were not too compatible.
Compatible?
I'll give you the big picture. To get the synchronization working properly, I had to push the machine pretty hard. And now,
How long will it take to fix?
16 hours.
You've got 8.
But that's impossible.
So we can't sync yet, huh?
But we need to, or this investigation is going nowhere.
Date, we may be able to find some.
Good idea.
Pewter, we're counting. I'll be back in...
Look, please, you have to give me a...
That pewter. Always so...
Yeah, Pewter is just that kind of guy.
Hey! This is a hostile work environment!
Why would Mayumi lie?
She is probably protecting someone.
But who?
Surely you know by now. There is only one person Mayumi would want to protect that badly.
It's Ota.
It has to be.
Does Mayumi think Ota is the killer?
Last night, Ota left Matsushita Diner. Mayumi saw the whole thing.
But Ota was stabbed in the stomach by the culprit. Does Mayumi not remember that?
No, that isn't quite it. It is possible that she thinks Ota is responsible for everything.
She thinks Ota stabbed himself?
Yes.
Why would he do that?
Before I explain, what do you think about the possibility?
Impossible.
Why?
In yesterday's Somnium, Ota and the polar bear.
That was just a dream. It doesn't necessarily...
Iris had her left eye pulled out. Ota would never do that.
Have you considered that she pulled it out herself?
What?
Or even asked Ota to? Perhaps she ordered him to.
The van was stolen while Iris was in the passenger seat. We know that whoever did it is the culprit we're looking.
There is a chance that Iris was... She could have been driving.
How so?
Iris could have taken the wheel herself and...
But forensics only found Ota's fingerprints on the wheel.
That can be explained. It is possible that Iris covered her fingertips with her sleeves. In short,
A performance?
Iris drove them up. They went to the warehouse. Then, Iris and either that. After that, consider this. In the stream.
True. That means Ota went...
Stay away from Tessa!
Perhaps Mayumi. It is also possible that Mayumi knew what the two were up to.
So she lied to protect Ota.
Yes. Consider the
Then, that's why it makes it look like...
It is one of many.
It's possible, but they wouldn't go that far just to avoid suspicion.
Date, you must consider the Shoko and Renju were both and they... Whoever our killer is, it is clear that...
We can't rule anything out. Ota, why are you...
Why did you arrest Mom? You said you were gonna clear her! Why? Okay, I got stabbed by—
Easy, kid. You're gonna open up your stitches.
So worried that the surgery was successful, but they told— Of course I am! That's my mom. What son wouldn't be worried about— When I was in the hospital, they told me that my mom confessed. I couldn't believe it, but because she was under investigation, they wouldn't let me see her. After that, I didn't feel like going back. That's why I'm here.
You asked me why your mom was arrested earlier, but she isn't under arrest.
What?
I spoke with her as part of my investigation, yes. But as a source of valuable information, not as a suspect. Mayumi confessed, but it's highly likely that she's lying. So we haven't issued a warrant for her arrest.
That's what I've been saying! Mom didn't do it, she's innocent!
Word is going around. Maybe Iris was the one who killed Shoko and you and her planned this warehouse incident to get her off our...
No way! Tessa had her eye.
She could have pulled it out herself, or asked you to do it.
You're kidding me, right? I was fighting for my life against the criminal.
That wasn't caught on camera, though. Neither was the part where you got stabbed.
You're saying that I stabbed myself?
It wouldn't be the first time you faked something.
You... I'm telling you...
Then why is Mayumi protecting you?
Mom is protecting me?
Your mother is stubborn. She's lying to us because she's protecting someone. The only person I can think of would be you.
Why?
Apparently, she thinks that you're the criminal.
Why would she think that?
Your guess is as good as mine. Got any ideas?
Maybe because of her condition. Mom has... dementia. Maybe her memory is just mixed up. Everything is my fault. It's because of me that Mom is... I know how it looks now, but back in the day, the diner was doing pretty good. You know Bloom Park is close by here, right? People who visited the park would stop here a lot. But ever since the explosion 8 years ago...
The chemical plant accident?
Yeah. We're just barely outside of the restricted area, but because Bloom Park closed, the number of customers dropped by... The diner didn't last much longer. When this place closed, Dad started working at a Chinese restaurant chain during the day, and he was a security guard and traffic cop at night. Mom worked as a janitor. They were both working hard and barely got any sleep.
And you?
I was just a high school student at the time. I was such a dumbass. I thought it was totally normal to have both parents working, so I didn't even get a part-time job. And they bought me a PC and Idol concert tickets. I had it good, but we were drowning in debt. There's a loan on the house and the diner. Mom and Dad didn't let this place go. There are too many memories here to give it up, so they slaved day and night to keep it open. They worked and worked and worked. Thanks to them, I was even able to go to a good university, but right after I started...
Passed away?
Yeah, he had a heart attack. From overwork. But even then, I didn't get it, you know? I didn't appreciate how hard they worked for me. Even when I wasn't taking college seriously and getting bad grades, my mom didn't say a thing. She just smiled and told me that it was okay, even when I told her I was going to drop out. Mom, I'm thinking of dropping out.
What? Why do you want to do that?
I decided that I'm going to become a writer.
Wow. A writer? Oh, But you really should finish college. You worked so hard to get in.
You don't understand. A writer has to put all of their time into their creativity. I won't have time to go to classes. Plus, I'm friends with the editor of a publishing company. I'm definitely going to have my first book published.
Is that right? Well, Ota, if you say so, I won't stop you. Do what makes you happy. You'll turn out just fine. And no matter what happens, Mom will always be on your side, okay? Forever and ever. I'll always support you, Ota.
Yeah, how do you guess? It was really just a few texts back and forth. But I was thrilled. I thought I could make it as a writer But it's impossible. I know there's no way I can be. I've never even finished writing a novel. I always give up after the first 5,000 words. To even apply for the amateurs contest, you have to... But Mom, she kept supporting me. Not long after I quit college, Mom was always smiling at me. But I think she was starting to slip mentally. One day...
Oh, what's wrong, Ota? Do you have the day off from school?
Are you being sarcastic?
Oh, right. You don't attend anymore. Oopsie, I totally forgot.
How can you forget your own son's career?
Sorry. Anyway, are you hungry? You haven't eaten anything since this morning, have you?
Are you kidding?
What?
I ate breakfast and lunch already.
Oh, did you? By the way, Ota, what's living at the dorms like?
Why are you making fun of me?
I'm not teasing you, honey.
Don't fuck with me! Mom got sick because I'm such a piece of shit. I was only thinking about myself. I was so stupid, I didn't realize she was sick. I was so cruel to her for no... And she got worse and worse.
What's that picture?
Looking at this photo reminds me, one time when I was a kid, I said something really bad to Mom and Dad, and it's not like it was an apology or anything. My mom was so happy that she cried. That's what this photo is from. Why did it turn out like this? I'm such a bad...
Hey,
What is it?
I don't like Ota one bit, but I can't imagine that this guy's the criminal.
Why is that?
Hearing his story made me think that he's not such a bad guy.
Your presumption is illogical.
Human beings are illogical. We're not like you AI. We can't be logical all the time. But we make up for it in one very important...
What is that?
intuition.
Do you find that useful?
At times.
Hmm.
Iba, let's go back to the cold storage where we might be missing something.
Date, weren't you?
I was. Iba, are you...
As I've already... The security cameras...
So it was definitely Ota.
Why are you stating the...
Iba, who drove...
There are two possibilities. Either Iris or the...
And Mayumi?
Considering the time... The van was at that time. Mayumi was in the 812...
We found the chocolate, but that doesn't prove she was actually at... If she was, how did she get here? She wasn't in the van or the station.
Of course! A different... I will search for all vehicles that were in this... Found one hit.
Where's that taxi now?
It is parked in Lemniscate's park.
At Lemnis?
Unknown, but we should speak with the driver and...
Hey, got a minute?
Are you talking to moi?
Moi?
Date, now is not the time to be...
Mind if I ask you what you're doing here?
Moi? I am but a humble taxicab driver.
There we go.
I'm with the police. I have some questions.
I have just finished conveying my client from Tameke Sano's studio. I was informed that the visit here would be brief, and I was born in Kawago.
Then why do you talk like that?
I don't know what you mean. I've spoken this way all my life. My parents speak with the same vernacular.
Did you drive this passenger on Sunday?
Oh, I did indeed. The old hag.
Old hag.
I took her on a tour of the streets of Tokyo. Our ultimate destination was the warehouse district in Ariake.
Why didn't you report this to the police?
Report it?
You don't know about the incident at the cold storage warehouse? It was all over the news.
No, I'm afraid not. Newspapers and television news programs have never been much of an interest. I recall it was around 10 in the evening, near the Kabasaki district. That's where I picked up the old hag. And as soon as she stepped foot in my conveyance, she was already barking orders at me. "Follow that van, hurry!" I must admit, I found it rather exciting. I, of course, insisted that I be paid up front. We pursued the van for roughly half an hour. Suddenly, the van came to a halt at a
The Famisto along Koshu, right?
Precisely right. I am surprised you know that. In any case, I knew that the jig would be up if we were seen following the van. So I decided to drive past it. I parked at the 8 store, but while waiting for the object of our pursuit to make its next move. "I have to buy something," she declared.
This must be when Mayumi.
A few minutes later, the old hag finished making her, and then, at that very moment, I witnessed the van jet off at great speed. I hurried the old hag inside my vehicle, then resumed the chase. We followed them for roughly half an hour.
I see. If the driver's story is correct, Mayumi did not know that.
Mayumi thought Ota was in the van the whole...
We then arrived at a split. The van entered the premises through the front gate, and we, of course, could not follow, so we waited outside. I estimate another 10. The front gate opened once again, but 30 minutes later, our pursuit was foiled again.
What happened?
The van drove into the restricted Kabasaki district. The old hag, of course, demanded, but I was not about to risk my license and livelihood. Instead, I parked on the road and waited for the van to drive back the way it came. But of course, we knew it might not take. In fact, we were not even sure the van would be coming back at. But the old hag was not keen on giving up. About 45 minutes late, the date had changed at this point. It was 12:25 a.m. on Monday.
How do you remember the time so well?
Well, you see, I always keep my radio dial on the same station. I remember precisely which programs were playing during this endeavor. Thus, I can approximate the time.
I see. Please continue.
At 12:25 a.m., the old hag's tenacious gamble paid dividends. The van returned down the same street. And thus, we again made pursuit. I kept considerable distance. We had come so far. But my caution backfired. I lost sight of the van in the area. Without so much as a thank you, the old hag popped open the door and took off toward the warehouse. I waited for some time. The goose was cooked at this point. I am glad I had the foresight to ask for payment in advance.
I follow your story. I have one more question. Where is this manor the van stopped at?
Oh, every taxi driver in the city knows that It is the personal home of Congressman
Tsujima? Why did the van go to So's house?
We need to speak with him immediately.
Agreed. There's no one here.
Indeed.
I don't see So or his bodyguards.
I do not detect.
Let's go inside. Hey, Aiba. Do you smell something funny?
You are aware that I do not.
Oh, right. There's something strange. Ugh.
What is it?
This is definitely where the smell is.
Is there something inside?
Maybe, but the
The lid is fixed with a bolt.
Yeah.
Then, as is standard.
What the?
Date, destroy the vase!
Got it. Tsujima?
That is the head of...
The left eye is hollowed out.
This is most likely a crime committed by the new Cyclone.
Do you have an estimated time of death?
Today,
That's about when I was talking.
at that time, Mayumi was in police custody and they have not moved.
That means Ota, Mayumi, and Iris couldn't possibly. Assuming that this is the work of a single killer, those three can be.
Ota, Mayumi,
Right. By the way, why is there no one in the mansion? No bodyguards, no housekeeper.
I do not know.
Does So have family?
So Sajima's wife died in labor 30 years ago, giving birth to their son. Their son is currently living abroad.
So lived here alone?
Do you find that suspicious?
No, just.
Date, a call.
Connect me.
Date, the sync machine is up. You can sync with Mayumi.
Oh, thanks, but there are more pressing matters now.
Did something happen?
Yeah, I found So Sajima's body, with the left eye hollowed out.
What?
I'm at the Sajima household. Send the investigation team over.
Why so?
I can answer your questions when I get back to a bit.
Got it.
Date, what is your... Wait until crime scene investigation.
No, there's something I need to do. If that taxi driver was telling the truth, Mayumi was at the warehouse. And we know the maybe she saw something. Maybe some kind of clue or...
Then...
Yeah.
Date, a large-scale investigation of Sosejima has already begun. At this very moment, the media is already swarming outside the building.
Really? Doesn't matter. The sync is what's important. If we sink into Mayumi's brain, that might help us find the real culprit.
I understand. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Then, let's begin.
Where am I?
Where? Oh, silly me. This... Huh?
This is Matsushita Diner, though.
Then we need to help remind her.
Do you think such a thing can be done?
This diner means everything to Mayumi. If we do what we did last time and reproduce the actions from Mayumi's memories, we could help her remember everything.
Is this what you call your intuition?
Told you it was useful.
Well, if we must. Somnium scan! Activate! The sliding door. Welcome back.
Welcome back, Ota. You're late today.
I'm home.
Are you not hungry? Today's dinner is omelet rice. Your dad isn't back yet, but you can...
Again? I'm okay. I ate already.
But,
I'm fine.
Ota, wait! Ota?
Part of the diner has manifested.
Maybe this is one of the memories she forgot. It must be important to her, though.
It looks like a sad memory.
Doesn't matter if it's sad. It's still important.
Agent Date, you've got 5 minutes.
It's the phone.
Roger. My husband?
Yes, Matsushita Diner. Yes? Yes? What? My husband! Why? How could this happen?
The diner has changed again.
These memories aren't all happy, but they are all significant.
If this continues, will it not...
Maybe we have to.
Understood.
Agent
But-
Date, you've got 4 minutes.
Delicious! Hmm? You mean...
You'll give it a try, right?
Ah, rich and tasty. It is a diner after all. All the good flavors have collected on the floor.
I see. I honestly can't believe you did that.
You have an uncanny ability to drive people to murderous intent.
I'm a love and peace kind of guy.
That's what I'm talking about. A delicious...
I wonder who it's for.
Congratulations, Ota!
I'm home.
Ota! Congratulations on getting into the university, son! Congratulations!
Hooray! Congrats!
Hooray! Hooray!
Ota was quite the spoiled child, wasn't he?
He definitely had a lot of growing up to do. But that's what makes him so important to Mayumi.
I see. It's an envelope. This is a bank... Let's do our best.
Oh. Takaro.
We have to keep supporting Ota.
Okay. We'll work harder for...
reproduced another painful memory.
No, not quite.
Are you certain? Mayumi was under a heavy burden of debt and—
That's true. But sometimes hardship is worth it.
Is that so?
You have 3 minutes, Date.
It's a sticker from a—
Welcome home. Did you get it for me?
It?
This is...
Do you mean chocolate?
Yeah, Todoroki man, remember? Oh, that. Yes, of course I bought it. Look, the Momonoke Man chocolate that you like. Here you go. That's not it. Oh, honey, I thought you liked the Momonoke Man chocolate. No, I told you. It's Todoroki Man. Oh, sorry. Your mom can be such a dummy sometimes. You're not just a dummy, you're a... Oh, well, you're right, sweetie. I'm sorry. I'll buy you a real Momonoke Man soon. Stupid! It's not Momonoke Man, it's Todoroki Man! I hate this! What? Wait, Ota! Please, come out from hiding, Ota. Ota, I'm sorry. Mommy won't make any mistakes anymore, Ota. Ota! Come back! Ota! Ota, don't leave me. I'm sorry, Ota. Takaro, I can't do this on my... Don't leave me.
So that's what happened.
Date, look at what— If Mayumi wakes up after all this trauma,
I know it's risky, but we're here for a reason.
what are you planning?
We have to keep going. Just a little more to awaken her.
But
If she loves her family this much, there has to be something. There has to be a precious memory hidden deep within.
is that your—
It is.
a wall?
Ota, sweetie. Mom! I... Huh?
We know we can be a hassle sometimes, so... Ota.
Yeah. Thank you, Mom. You know, I love you. Forever and ever. Me too, Ota. I I love you both so much. I'll love you both no matter what. Oh, forever and ever. Oh, I'll never forget this. Oh.
Yeah! We are a family. We can do anything.
Yes. Yeah.
Looks like it's okay to go back now.
Yes, I agree. By the way, Date,
Hmm?
I admit, it is useful every now and then.
What is?
Your intuition.
Ota, I'm so sorry for worrying you.
What do you mean?
Your mother retracted her confession.
I'm so...
Yes, yeah.
But, Mom, why did you think I did it?
About that.
A polar bear plucking out Iris's left eye? I was so terribly frightened. I panicked and ran. I'm sure that's when I dropped the chocolate. And I ran away from the warehouse as fast as I just kept running and running. But while I was running, I had a thought. Maybe that polar bear was Ota. Because at the time, I thought Ota was the one driving. If Ota brought Iris to the warehouse, then Ota must have been the one in the suit. That's what I was thinking anyway.
So that's why.
I'm so sorry that Mom doubted you, Ota.
No, I understand. It's my fault for making you worry.
Ota.
But there's one thing I don't get. Why did you buy that chocolate when you were following me?
Oh, because...
You liked Odoroki Man chocolate when you were young, right, Ota?
Yeah. I was like the number 1 or 2 collector of the stickers in my elementary school class. I stuck some of my duplicates all around the diner, too.
You and Mayumi have strong memories of that chocolate, right?
Yeah, but I guess they're not all sweet memories. They're like chocolate, you know? Bittersweet. Makes my heart hurt a little.
That's not it! Oh, honey, I thought you liked the Momonoke Man chocolate.
No! I told you! It's Odoroki Man!
Oh. Sorry, your mom can be such a...
You're not just a dummy!
Oh, well, you're right, sweetie. I'll buy you a real
Stupid! It's not Momonoke Man! It's
After I yelled at her, Mom immediately went to buy me another chocolate. My dad came back from buying some ingredients at the same time, and my dad really let me have it.
How dare you speak to your mother like that?
Because Mom is stupid!
You're stupid to call your mother stupid! Your mother bought you that to make you happy. You need to think about how she feels. I didn't raise you like that.
But...
When she comes back, you apologize. Do you understand?
My dad told me to apologize as soon as Mom came back. But the guilt... I hurt my mother, you know? It didn't go away. After that, things... But a few days later, my dad came up with an idea.
Hey, Ota, how about this? You know Mother's Day is coming up. Why don't we get a gift for your mom,
A gift?
That was the first time I had ever heard my dad say something like that.
You know how Mom always takes care of us. We should think of a way to pay her back.
I'm sure my dad was trying to clear the air between all of us. So, on Mother's Day, I used my New Year's money I saved up to buy my mom that flower knife. And my dad saved up a little money to buy the floral apron. And when Mom got her gifts, she started bawling. Like full-on crying.
Oh, you boys. I don't deserve all this.
You do deserve it, Mom. I'm proud that you're my mom. Right, Dad?
Yes, Mom is the best mom in the world.
Thank you.
Say cheese!
Sorry, I lost track of time. What were we talking about?
The Todoroki Man chocolate. Why she bought the chocolate in the middle of tailing you.
Tailing?
Mom,
It could be due to her memory disorder. It is possible that her thought process was...
Ota, I'm just going out on a limb here.
huh?
Earlier I looked inside Mayumi's head.
Inside her...
She was thinking of nothing but you. Her head was full. Mayumi just wanted you to come back, Ota, so she bought that chocolate. The chocolate you loved as a kid. She thought she could get you back home with it. That's why I believe, in Mayumi's head, you're still young, Ota.
Huh?
I don't know. I could be wrong.
No, you're right, Date. That's why my mom bought the chocolate. She wanted her little kid back. I was always so selfish. I made my mom go through such hard times. So from now on, I'm going to support her the way she's... I'll do anything. I'll deliver news. I'll work as hard as I can to make sure my mom can rest easy.
What about your dream of being an author?
Well, of course I'm not gonna give up on that. But I'll set my sights a little smaller. I'll start by writing a short story.
Let me read it when you're done.
Of course.
Oh, I forgot to tell you something important.
Something important?
I heard the nurses talking before I came in here. Iris is awake.
Really?
Yeah, she's due to be transferred from the ICU to the general ward.
Thank God.
You saved her life, you know. Maybe, just maybe.
Huh?
Nothing.
Is Iris your girlfriend?
Yeah, I'll introduce you next time. She's a great girl.
Oh my, I'm looking forward to it. Is she going to be your financier? Oh, maybe I should clean up a bit first.
Financer? Oh, fiancé.
Oh, yes, that's it.
Jeez, Mom.
Date, there are still many loose ends in this investigation.
Yeah, you're right. Looks like another all-nighter. Has there been any progress in this G-Man?
None. Zero clue.
Not exactly. We have
2?
2 points of information, but they may not connect directly to the murder.
What are the 2 clues?
Point 1. This may be easier to see than explain. I sent a video to the boss's PC. Could you check there, please?
What's this?
It's from Sunday night.
Yes, after Date was beaten by Ota at Matsushita Diner.
Tessa, wait! I'll get the car.
You witch!
There, stop it. I noticed this earlier as well. Do you see the walk on the floor beside Iris and Mayumi?
Yeah, what about it?
Look closely. The bottom part is curved. Do you notice anything in the reflection?
Iris and Mayumi.
Yes. I have prepared an enlarged and processed version of the image. Boss, the next video.
You witch! You stay away from my boy!
Tessa! What's wrong? Did something happen?
No, everything's fine.
Okay, let's go.
Ota.
Hey, what's this?
Iris has the kitchen knife?
The video continues, but this Iris took the knife and left the diner with
But if Ota's testimony is true, the polar bear had the kitchen knife.
Maybe it was taken off of Iris when she was kidnapped.
At the Femisto parking lot? Whatever, we can think about it later. You said you had 2 clues.
Yeah, what's the other one?
I have learned new information. More thorough autopsy results of Renju's body have revealed something.
An object.
A clump of organic matter. Because it was partially digested, it took significant time.
Well, what was it?
Shoko Nadami's eyeball.
Have you settled? The scene is being inspected, but this time the body didn't disappear. However, you lost consciousness. I didn't expect you to faint. Seeing that corpse must have been incredibly shocking. I did not predict you to be the fainting type. I suppose humans are unpredictable. Now that you're back, let's get back to business. You are conscious, so... Date, don't let thinking that Iris died because of me. If I never took her to Ota's, this wouldn't have happened. If you truly believe that, then your brain is... Or perhaps when you saw the corpse, your head became filled with images of blooming yellow dandelions.
What?
Oh, you're talking... Was I correct? If you consider the situation logically, even in elementary school...
Huh?
Fine. Allow me to pluck some of those dandelions. I will ask 3 questions. First question. The cold storage warehouse was... But even so, the AC was on, and a minus 58 degree... Why is that?
To preserve something.
Yes. Let us... Second question. There was something strange about the corpse. Do you remember what that was?
Iris's body was completely frozen. The temperature read -58. With Iris's weight... Just wondering, but how much do you weigh?
Don't you know it's rude to ask a lady that?
105 pounds.
I see. 105, huh? It should have taken about 18 hours to freeze, but we were...
Wait a moment. Before you draw your conclusion, allow me to ask... Question 3. 2 days ago. But afterward, you visited the Sagan household and why?
What I saw on Sunday must have been was a dream.
No, Date. You're overthinking it. You saw the corpse, but Iris was alive, which means...
You mean...
You've got it.
I don't believe it.
The stomach is swollen slightly. She appears to have been pregnant.
How?
Do not worry. The uterus does not contain a fetus.
You mean after she was killed?
No. The fetus was not present in her body when she was killed. She must have been killed after giving birth. The distended stomach does not immediately shrink after birth. The expanded uterus takes some time to return to its... This evidence makes one...
This corpse, it's someone else.
Which means...
Iris is still alive.
Not necessarily. She could be alive. We haven't confirmed that. Multiple stab wounds, judging by the size, this matches what you said on Sunday.
So this is the body I saw then. Is there an estimated time?
Impossible to This body has been...
10 years? She was killed more than 10 years?
Exactly. Her identity is... Her killer is also... But there is one likely...
Who?
Let's consider the scene. Sunday night, we saw... And there is something... We witnessed someone similar to Iris being stabbed repeatedly in So's Somnium.
But it wasn't Iris.
That is highly...
What we saw was So's memory from more than...
I believe that is the case.
Ranju and...
But we still do...
That means that we need...
So...
I thought I told never to show your...
I didn't come here for Shoko today. I didn't come here for Iris either. Instead, I'm here for a girl who looks like Iris. Did you kill her?
Date.
I knew it. You killed her, didn't you?
I don't know what you're talking.
I've had enough of your shit, Congressman. You wanted to check on the body of the girl you killed. That's why you were at the cold storage Where is Renju You know where he is, don't you? You were at an Okiura fishery warehouse for... There's definitely a connection between... And that's not all. Number 89 called your secretary. The same number 89 that Renju escaped with. Now tell me, where is Renju?
We'd like to ask...
Damn it, So!
There's nothing we can... We did arrive without a warrant. We were technically If he had called the police, we would be in a predicament. We would have been detained immediately. Who would look after Iris then? Do you intend to leave your... Calm down. We still have our lead.
Lead?
Before I explain, we need to discuss the corpse and the... Let's give her a name. Because she is frozen solid, Alice and Iris.
Alright, Alice, what about her?
Someone might be able to identify her.
Who?
Allow me to ask you...
Again with this?
First question. You have seen this corpse more than twice. 3 times, in fact. When was the first...
Three days ago. Saturday night when I see...
Yes. In the Somnium... Question 2. Who is the girl? Adrian? Adrian! No, of course...
Now I know. That girl was probably Alice.
Most likely, yes. So we have technically known Alice for... One last... The final question. In which Somnium did we see Alice?
My roommate, Mizuki Okiura.
Exactly. You mentioned something about Mizuki's, but prophecies are nonsense. Dreams are not made of the future. Therefore...
Mizuki has seen Alice before.
There is no other explanation.
Aiba, where is Mizuki now?
Where we went with Iris yesterday.
The shrine? Why would she be there?
Unknown. She is supposed to be looking for Iris.
Okay, let's go.
Date.
Did you find Iris?
If I did, I would have told you already.
Right.
I think he's searching Aki. Last time he checked in, Iris used to like this. She told me about all her... We used to come here all the... You know those steps in the... We would sit there together and talk like what gluten-free means, and we would talk about all our problems. Sometimes we would talk late into the night. So I thought that maybe she'd be, but it looks like I was wrong.
I think Iris is with Renju.
With Daddy?
Yeah. Her note mentioned her most trusted person. That's probably Renju.
Yeah. I remember that mermaid girl saying something like that.
He was looking for...
Does that mean that Daddy is the one who called for Iris?
It could be. So I need to know where he is.
But I haven't been able to get a...
Mizuki, I have something very important to... You've seen her before, haven't you? 3 days ago, I saw her in your Somnium. The body of a girl who looks like Iris. Your dreams are built from your memories, so that corpse... Mizuki, please, answer. Iris's life is at stake.
Huh? What do you...
I need to know everything about Alice. If I find out who she is, I might be able to solve the mystery of Renju and number 89. And that might lead me to Iris.
Okay, I'll tell you about Alice. It was about a month ago. I saw my daddy crying in the president's office at Lemniscate. I was peeking through a crack in the door so he didn't see me. Daddy got up, then got into his car and drove away. I had never seen him like that before. I was curious, so I followed him. That led me to the cold storage. He got out of his car. I followed right behind him, quietly. Daddy was standing next to the forklift in the back. I hid behind a shelf. I watched Daddy open the hood of the forklift, and then, after a little bit, I wanted to know what he was looking at. I went over to the forklift, and I looked under the hood myself, and then...
You saw Alice's dead body.
But at the time, I thought it was Iris. The corpse looked exactly like Iris. I couldn't believe she was dead. I just couldn't. So I went to Iris's house.
Huh? What's wrong, Mizuki?
Iris was alive. I thought I was going crazy or dreaming. I tried to convince myself that it was just a hallucination. What do you mean? I couldn't just ask. It would have changed everything. I thought that as long as I stayed quiet, everything would be okay. I didn't see a dead body. I wasn't even at the warehouse. I repeated that to myself over and over and tried to forget the whole thing.
Repressed memories are often...
That's why Alice showed up during the sync.
What was I supposed... Daddy would have been in trouble.
So you kept quiet this whole
Yeah. I actually met with one of the higher-ups at Daddy's company last night, before I went to Matsushita Diner.
Why?
Because you asked about the cold storage. I was curious. I asked around some, and... I found out that Daddy was managing the warehouse before I was born. After my grandpa died, Daddy took over. In exchange for managing the warehouse, he gave ownership of the company to someone else. I guess he didn't want to let this place go. Or maybe he couldn't let it go. But I understand why. Inside that warehouse was...
Alice.
On paper, Daddy has nothing to do with Okiura Fishery. Daddy was still managing the warehouse. And he was the only one allowed in there, too. That was part of the agreement when he gave up the company. And the whole thing had to be a secret. He really stressed that point.
Hey, Mizuki. How long was he managing the warehouse?
For 18 years. That's what the man told me.
18 years? From that long ago?
Yes.
Iba, I need an emergency search. Missing persons from 18 years ago.
Understood.
Huh?
Date, I found her. The girl who looks like Iris.
What's her name?
Monica Iwai, 19 years old at the time of her disappearance. A graduate of Eitoku High School.
What?
Renju was my classmate at Eitoku High. We've known each other for 20 years now. When I was young, I lost someone very important to me. Monica Iwai, my best friend. One of the only friends I had.
Alice is Hitomi's friend who went to the same school as her and Renju. But why? Monika's body was found, but even back then, Hitomi knew. She knew that Monika was already dead. Aiba, where is Hitomi right now?
At headquarters for MPD still believes that the body they discovered was Iris.
Got it. Contact boss.
Roger that.
You're awfully calm. You saw the corpse of your daughter today. You were called into the station to and yet here you are. Even though you lost your precious daughter. Shall I guess why? Because that body isn't Iris, and you know it.
Are you serious?
Yes. Her name is Monika Iwai. She was killed when she was 19. She went to the same high school as you, and she was your best friend. Nothing to say for yourself? Hiding something? Maybe you killed her with Renju.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, now you're talking. But we know Renju committed a crime, illegally disposing of a body, and we can prove it. The cold storage warehouse where the body was found. It's been managed by Renju Okiura for almost 2 decades now. And witness testimony proves that he knew about the corpse there. And if I'm not mistaken, you knew about the corpse too, Hitomi. You and Renju have been close since high school. It's not too much of a stretch to think that he told you about the body. And I remember you telling me once.
When I was young, I lost someone very important to me. Monika Iwai, my best friend. One of the only friends I had.
How did you know that she was dead?
I didn't.
Don't play dumb. I know you're hiding something. You know what happened 18 years ago. And you knew she was pregnant. You were her best friend. Of course you would have known. Tell me. Tell me everything!
Date, she's not going to talk. Sync with her.
Date, I'm sure I've told you enough times by...
I can't promise you that, Pewter.
What do you mean?
I mean, I'm not coming back until I find something.
Date, you can't.
Why not?
You know why.
Because it will take over my consciousness?
Yes.
But if it's only a little...
No, not even a little. If the sync passes the critical point, the damage will be irreparable.
But what does that mean exactly?
No.
I'm not hiding anything.
Then let's try it. Let's experiment with my mind. Then we'll know for sure what'll happen.
Fine. I'll just say it.
Yeah?
Pewter, tell him.
Me?
You know more about it than I do.
Well...
Ask Pewter. He knows more about it than I do.
Well, first off, 6 minutes is not a hard limit. It could be 7, or...
I don't care about the exact... I'm asking what happens if you go beyond the limit.
Do you remember the story I told you about the egg?
Yeah, why?
If you imagine an egg as your consciousness, the yolk is what goes into the subject's brain. The white remains inside your... If you go beyond the limit, your yolk will not be able to return to its shell.
Because the subject's mind will start to take over the sinker's consciousness, right? I know that part already.
Indeed. But after the yolk is devoured, the egg white is brought through the machine next.
Huh?
And there's more. It's not just the sinkers. The same process eventually occurs in the subjects. In other words, the entire egg. Mind, consciousness, memory, they are traded.
The human brain has what can be understood. One brain can only hold one, and it can only contain one person's memories.
Now you know everything. Talk to the boss.
I was unaware of this. This information is not on any.
We had to prevent the possibility that the system could be exploited.
Exploited?
Even if it wasn't you, someone else might try. We didn't tell any sinkers this, including you. Project Sync is a top secret. Even sinkers are on a need-to-know basis. Think about it. What if you were kidnapped by bad people who tried to make you talk?
Bad people?
A criminal organization, spies from another country. If you blabbed about Project Sync, the entire country might be at risk. You heard it from Pewter. The sync machine isn't just for entering a person's somnium. It can also be used to swap bodies between... Imagine what this machine would be used for in the wrong hands. That's why I didn't tell you. We can't let this secret get out.
Swapping bodies between two people? Trading minds?
You remember what I told you earlier? Are you listening to me?
Yeah, I got it.
Are you really okay?
I'm fine. Start it.
Understood. Let us begin.
God?
I am the god of fire. I burn erotic books with my...
My, how ruthless.
Ow!
Are you okay?
That hurt.
I'll let you read this porno mag if it'll make you feel better.
I will burn it.
The fog is making it pitch black.
The light over there. Is that a firefly? Somnium scan. Activate.